I do believe you're now online. Not entirely sure. I have no clue. Says we're good. I would like to view it on the watch page YouTube. Would you let me do that, please? I see my desktop on the stream. I do believe we are live, and we're welcoming me back. So live, awesome. So this live stream, we're going to be continuing from where we left off in the other stream. And if you don't remember, in yesterday's stream, we implemented an IP address backend for the game's server, and we implemented the connections command, and we started working on the second mission, getting the music into the game, and stuff like that. This one, we're going to be working on... First of all, we're going to add support for spawning in client-side NPCs in single player, so that you actually have stuff to be able to hack in the game. Then we're going to be working on procedural file system generation for those NPCs, so that when you do hack them, you can browse their files and they can have all sorts of neat lootable items in their file system download to yours. That'll be neat. And then we're going to add a few user interface features to the game, specifically the system compromised stream, which will pop up when you get hacked. It'll be a big scare, and there'll be another Ender's Handsome song to put in there, so that'll be cool. And then we're actually going to work on the mission, so yes, let's get started. So I'm going to open up my Visual Studio here, which for some reason I can't see on my screen anywhere, and it's right in front of me. There we go. And we are going to, of course, go back to zooming in our code here. Would like to close all documents for now. And I'm also going to zoom in chat so I can read it. Okay, now I can read chat. Awesome. So, there have been some things I have done since the previous, or since yesterday's live stream. I've added a few new features to the game. Most of them are back-end stuff you won't really see. But if we launch up the game, and I have no idea what Visual Studio is doing in the background there. I've fixed a lot of bugs with multiplayer, and I'm not going to be able to show them off because I don't have a multiplayer server running, but basically, I can show it off a little bit. If we try to connect to localhost, which would be where I have my development server, which is offline, it's only a single player build. If we try to connect, it'll say connecting to localhost, and after a while it'll actually time out, and yeah, so that's neat. No longer does the game hang, it just waits in this screen for a bit. Eventually it'll time out on us, and we'll be kicked out. But you can't start single player or anything like that, you can't. You can view credits for some reason, and you can log out of your itch account. That's a bug. and you can open settings. Of course, you can exit the game, but welcome, Tobias, to that. Hopefully I pronounced that correctly. So yeah, that's multiplayer stuff that's now working slightly better. I've also made it so that when you open the game and you start single player, welcome Danny Hinton to that hat. I've also fixed a bug where actually no, I didn't fix a bug. I added a feature. Silly me. We're actually implementing gameplay on this stream right now, so right now it doesn't game, but soon it will game. Anyway, I added a feature where when you first join the server, your file system gets automatically created by the server and not by the client. So that makes Peace Engine a bit less annoying with file systems, so that's cool. Anyway, let's get to the first thing that we need to do. That is add support for client-side NPCs. That is going to be quite simple, because something cool about PeaceNet is we have access to the server-side stuff on the client side. Like, not directly, but we can inject a client-side module into the server by simply creating a new class. And we'll call this NPC spawner. Alright? Then make it public so that the game can actually find it. We are simply going to make it implement a backend component. Usually if you were making a client-side engine component within PeaceNet, you would use iEngine component, but we want this to be done on the server, so we're going to do iBackend component, like we did yesterday with our IP backend. And going to implement the interface. Now we can actually run code on the server, on the local single-player server, from within our client. That is pretty cool. So, what do we want to do? Well, we're going to need the ability to spawn an NPC. So, this is a new engine component I added the other day. After the stream, we want system entity backend. We're going to call it entity backend. Whoops, we don't want it to be a new system entity backend, we want it to be null. And it's going to be a dependency. So this code will only run after this engine or this backend component is enabled and ready. Alright. Gonna read quickly. Fans.set speed 55. Fans.set fastness -12. That's wonderful. Anyway, so we can now get access to the entity system. Now, of course, there's something I didn't really add yet. That is the ability to create an NPC. So we are going to do that right now. So, why did I peak definition? I want to go to definition. Alright, there we go. So I already have the ability to create a player and check out this awesome ASCII art that I made out of the font awesome multiplayer icon. Anyway, so We already have functions for retrieving an entity. We already have player entity ID, spawn player entity. That's all good to go. But what we need is, if we go down here, you'll see we have this entity class. And this represents either an NPC or a player. And it has a few variables we can set. We have the ID, which is the ID of the entity. We have whether or not it's an NPC. We have its display name and its description. So, we simply want to create a function up here. We'll take, that will return a string. That'll be called spawn NPC entity. And we're going to make it take a name and a description. If I can type. Alright. And then what we're going to do is we are going to find any entities that have the same name and description as this entity that we're about to create. Alright, and if this guy is existent, then we will simply throw new argument exception, an entity with the same display name and description already exists. Alright. Oh, whoops, I meant existing is not null. Alright, so if we get this far in our code, then nothing went wrong. So we'll create a new entity. We're going to make the ID a new generic unique ID. Going to be an NPC entity. Going to have the display name of name and the description of description. Then we're going to spawn it. And then we're going to fire an event that says, "Hey, server, we just spawned an entity. Whatever you need to do, please do it now." So, that can be done by invoking the entity spawned event, passing the entity ID and the entity itself. And then we simply return the entity ID to the caller. That'll spawn NPC entity game. Now, you may be wondering, why would we need to fire an event when an entity is spawned? Well, it's really quite simple. We go into the file system backend of the server and I believe it's fs manager. I had it open earlier. Fs manager in peacenet.backend is what we want. If we have a look in here, you'll see that we have some various variables here for things like drive mounts and a database table called mounts. And drives. I mean, we have a list of drive mounts called mounts. We have a bunch of dependencies here, but if we keep scrolling down and we get to this component's initiate method, and we go down here to these two events here, you'll see that we subscribe to two events in the game's server. We have, of course, our entity spawned event and our player joined event. And The player join event is fired whenever you connect to the server for the first time. And then the entity spawned event is called whenever an NPC or a player entity is created. In both these instances, we create a file system for that entity or player. So that's why we need to fire an event, because we want to be able to actually create data on the fly for an entity without the entity knowing what that data is. That's very useful for modding. Here we go again with OBS, constantly disconnecting me. I love it. Wonderful. Love it. Anyway. So now that we have the ability to spawn NPCs in the game, on the server, we can now start doing some procedural generation stuff with the game. Now, of course, we're also going to need another dependency here. You guessed it. Our IP back. OBS, you're being a real treat right now. Anyway, let's keep going. We need to create some content in the game. Of course, it's not going to go through monogame content pipeline directly. So we can add it directly within our solution. So we're going to create a new folder. Folder is going to be called Hackables. Then, in this folder, we are going to create a new item. And it is going to be where is it here? On a JSON file. Looking for JSON. Because Visual Studio is Visual Studio, and Visual Studio is Visual Studio. Just search JSON. There it is. There it is. Alright. So we are going to call this Hearing the System Test Hackable. Right? Zoom out. This JSON file is going to describe a hackable system within PeaceNet that the player can hack. So it's going to have things like the name and the description and the IP address and yeah, so I guess I need to figure out what I want to call this. So let me know, guys, in the chat what you guys would like me to call this first NPC. Because the name will be displayable in-game. Be treated like the host name. So, yeah. We need to pick a name, and of course, I'm horrible at picking names. So, yeah. Craft Xbox, seriously? I'm not gonna name it Peanuts, that's an obvious troll. I think it googling for cyber hacker name. You know what? I'm gonna also on my other monitor that's also displaying chat. I'm going to also do that. Holy crap! I said also way too much. Cyberpunk name generator. This is gonna be fun, and I'm going to stylish and get a dark theme for Google so I can actually read it. I'm not using peanuts. Not happening. God of blueberries. I can't tell if you're making fun of the fact that I said also like 5 times in one sentence. Anyway. Hey, this website, guys, this website is clearly not designed to be zoomed in. That's oh well, now it is. It's not designed to be in Windows 10's snap feature. But damn it, Chrome. I did not want to move Visual Studio. Come on, no better than that, Windows. Chrome. Why do I suck at using computers? Right. And we make chat go there. I think that for now, I'm just gonna go with I don't know why you guys are constantly bombarding me to use peanuts. I'd like it if you guys could stop spamming the chat. I don't know what that means. Oh, come on, Danny Hinton, that's not funny. This is horrible. This is legitimately worrying me that I am getting spammed by either a bunch of bots or people who want to spam. I'm not entirely sure, but I think I'm just gonna use a temporary name for now just to get it in the system. Right, so we're going to describe this system. You know what? I'm just gonna... you know what? Screw it. I'm gonna... I'm doing it. Codename Peanuts, whatever. It's in the game. Then we need the IP address for the server. Okay, chat is going crazy with spam. Come on, guys. IP address, we will go. Not particularly good with random numbers. I severely hope this is not someone's real IP. 42.7.3. That'll do for now. Alright. So. Okay, now everyone's going crazy that Peanuts is in the game. Wonderful. So we have the IP, we have the name, we have the description, but we need to do some other stuff. File system. Now here's how this is gonna work. Go back in screen notes. We're gonna zoom in with Chrome here. So, with the PeaceNet, my plan is to basically allow you to what call it there. Allow you to basically have lootable items that you can grab from file systems of hacked systems. So naturally, when the entity spawns, we need to basically procedurally generate a file system that picks up a bunch of random files and whatnot, and there is a desktop notification on my system, and it is it's a cat face, and it's a comment on the video somewhere. That's just I'm just gonna zoom in, and here you guys can see my other monitor. This has popped up on my other monitor. New comment. Or new subscriber. Oh, well, I misread that. That's awesome, thank you. Now I feel like an a-hole for misreading that. But, yeah. Craft Xbox just subscribed, like, just now, so thank you. Anyway. So, there's something we're gonna need to do. We're gonna need to come up with a way to figure out what sorts of files can be in the lootable drive. First of all, we need a way to get that JSON into C#, so this will be simple. Proc hen entity. Going to have a name. Gonna have a description. Going to have an IP address. Alright. Then going to have public string lootable program public I'm not gonna do wallpaper IDs just yet. We're just gonna get programs loaded into the game. Then Or basically, it's going to have a folder of a bunch of different text files and stuff like that. Sort of like Hacknet. And another desktop notification has popped up, so I'm going to read it. Okay, Craft Xbox Backup has subscribed. Okay. Honestly, fake VIP, I honestly would say I don't deserve to be up at 1,000 by now. I mean, I'm certainly not the best. I'm certainly not really worthy of that much attention right now. And it's not like I don't want it, I just feel like that's... I'm not ready for that yet. But anyway. So where... Yes, I know. Now I have no way of getting into Pletscape from within a server-side component. So I'm gonna have to wing this on my own. Private string game content directory. Nothing for now. We're gonna do game content directory equals path dot combine app domain current domain. This is how you get the root directory of a program within C# content and hackables. Okay, if not directory that exists in content directory, I know I have errors in my code, or I'm about to fix that soon. Create the directory. Right, just for sanity check there. Then, right, I'm getting sick of errors. Hang on. All we want to do is using system.io. Then, for each our file that get files, or oh my god, it's directory that get files. Content directory. If file that to lower that ends with so if this is a JSON file, what we want to do is we want to read it in. Alright. Then basically going to try actually no, I'm not going to do it in the engine log. Cannot create PC entity from description file. Okay, so that basically means everything in this code, try it, and if not, then skip creating this dependency or this entity. Wait, what did I don't think I used the right class there. I want piecenet.backend logger. Oh, Oh dear. Okay, never mind then. Uh, guys, I would knock off the spam, please. Like, I know it's tempting and funny, but not really funny. You know what? I'm going to make you a moderator. Nifty. Put user in time. No, I don't want to do that. How the hell do I do it? I can't remember how to make a moderator. I legitimately can't remember how to do it. Someone please help me. Oh, there's the add monitor button. There. Alright, and then Brittany, you can be moderator as well, because you're awesome. There we go. That had cut out the spam. Thank you, guys. Alright, so let's get back to writing the entity code here. So, what we want is, when we get the JSON, we want to decode it into a C# object. And it'll be called entity info. And we'll just deserialize it. And of course, type parameters, entity. Wait, did we call it client entity? I can't remember what we called it now. Oh, prop entity. Okay. Prop entity. And of course, we're going to need our newtonsoft.json, like that trusty JSON library for C#. Oh, and wonderful, we've got dependency, not dependency, we have ambiguity errors. That can be fixed. piecenet.backend. There we go. Now what we're going to do is, once we have the entity information, we are simply going to create the entity by doing entity b equals, oh wait, our entity, oh, went it all wrong here. I need my system entity backend. Not going to throw an error, we're going to return the existing ID. I don't know what button I hit on my keyboard, but I did not hit the right one. Okay. So that should get us our entity. So var entity equals entity backend on entity on NPC. entity info name, entity info description. Okay. We have an entity. Now we need an IP address for the entity. Our entity ID equals IP allocate IP address. Alright. Okay, it's not gonna be that simple. We're gonna create a new byte array here. No. Oh. What? Or did we not have a function that could get the IPs of a get? Okay, we have an get IP string, but we don't have a get IP from string. Let's implement that then. Okay. Now we need to actually implement that function, so wait, hang on. What does allocate IP address even take? Oh, it takes a uint, so yeah, I'm on the right track. Right, so quick actions and refactoring. Need the method. In this method, we are going to do some string parsing. If string.is null or white space, going to throw argument exception. IP string cannot be empty. Alright? If not string dot no, if not the address that contains period. I like how you guys are trying to create alts to spam it, but you're all just getting timed out and banned. What's not going to work out well? Hey, guys, like if you guys keep spamming, you're it's gonna get banned. So there's no point. I can easily give more people moderator. I don't have to work on that myself. I can just ignore it and Hifty and Richard will take care of it. So I'm going to continue coding. But if IP address does not contain a period, throw new format exception. String segments equal IP address dot split period if segments dot length is not 4, throw new format exception. Alright. Then okay. Int seg1 equals convert byte seg1 equals convert that to byte segment 0. One, two, three. 2, 3, 4. Right. And whoa. Okay. Where did I go? No idea how far up I went. Okay, there we go. Then what we will do is we will return get IP at get IP from string get IP string get. Oh god, this. What? Oh, combined to uint. There we go. That's what we want. New byte seg1, seg2, seg3, seg4. That will convert the string into a number that represents the IP address I want to use. And then if. Okay, so now that we have the IP address, we need to figure out if we already have it. If c.get. Nope. Oh, I can't remember what it was. Grab entity. That takes in a uint. If IP.grab entity IP address. No idea what that function even returns though, because read it. Oh hey, Carver's in the chat now. Okay, message deleted by A shifter. I slightly want to see that. Oh, okay then. But yeah, I saw someone ask in the chat who remembers the C or the ShiftOS constant rewrites. This is actually the longest I've worked on a single project without completely rewriting it. I mean, I have done a lot of things to do with the engine, restructuring it between milestones, but that's kind of why they're called milestones. Because the engine just gets better and better every time I do that. I likely won't do it in a while. If ever. Peace engine is getting pretty neat. I like it. But if IP, if there's no entity for this IP, we will allocate it to our entity. Alrighty. That'll give us our IP address for this entity. That'll spawn it in. Then should theoretically be enough for now to get it in the game. But let's go see that file we created earlier. Hackables. We need to make this guy copy if newer. That'll get it to copy into the game's directory. Alright, so see. Whoa, what are you doing, PeaceNet? How is the console? Okay, yeah, you guys can't see the console, but I have it on the monitor. Let's make the game 720p. There we go, now we can see the console. So, let's launch the game. And what we should see is as soon as the server starts, our NPC should spawn. Right, starting up internal server, and we get the Peacegate message. And what I like to do is whenever I'm making sure something shows up on the server, I just like to exit out of the game once the server starts, so that we don't have like heartbeat logs, stuff like that. I don't know, that's something I do. Of course, you can't zoom Windows command like that. Wonderful. This isn't Linux, but let's scroll up the log, and eventually we should see the entity spawning in. Okay, well that's quite odd. It allocated the IP address for the entity, but the first byte is 3. That's not right. But is most working. I do not have the email from Gifted Games because I have gotten rid of that email address months ago. Anyway. Oh, you know what it is? It's allocating our IP address in reverse. Earlier, I noticed that it was 3.67.68.142. That is exactly reversed of what this is right here. 142.68.7.3. So that's funny, but it's fine. I'll fix that later. Anyway, the next thing we need to do, now that the entity's actually spawning, we need a way to basically simulate a connection from it, really. This can be done by creating a simple server-side command, not a terminal command, but a server message handler that will only work in single player, so it'll throw an error if you're multiplayer. And what we will do is actually, I wonder if I could broadcast a message to the player, basically saying that a new connection to their system has been. I have an idea, guys. Let's create a new function in our entity manager. This will map an entity ID to a player itch.io account ID, if it's a player entity. So, public string get player ID string entity ID, and we will get the player equals players.find1 where the entity ID is the entity ID that we specified. If we don't find one, we'll return null. But if we do, we'll return the player's user ID. Now we can map entity IDs players so that when we connect to them, when something connects, or when an NPC connects to a player, the player will get notified on the client as an announcement. Now let's see if we implement that. So, we need to figure. Okay, well, first of all, we're gonna need access to our server backend here. Alright. Then we will go to our make connection prompt, and then what we will do is we will bring to entity equals grab entity 2 if to entity is not null, then we're going to figure out if it's a player entity. Var player ID equals entity. Ooh. Oh yeah, I'm silly. I'm not depending on the entity amount in here yet. Okay. Now I am. So var player ID equals entity system dot get player. No, not get player entity ID. We want get player ID. Oh. Yeah, but it's get player ID. Okay. That will be new entity. And then we will do backend dot broadcast. Oh wait, this isn't gonna work out too well. First of all, we need to add a broadcast type to the game. We're actually adding a deep modification to the server protocol right now, so that's neat. This system connected equals 0x2. This will mean that a system has connected. Usually if a system connects to you, bad. So we will broadcast to player. Will be player ID. Actually, this is the regular broadcast overload and it'll system connect. Won't tell you who. But no player ID. And then we'll just rename it to broadcast to player. Basically, this will allow us to figure out. Oh no, we don't want a peak definition. This will allow us to send a message to a client that's connected to the server, if they're connected. So go to definition, then server broadcast type object byte body, then message. Okay. Then now we need to figure out what to say before each of our clients connected. Stream equals that gets. Private dictionary string TCP client. Okay. So, if not... Okay. We're gonna lock onto connected. Sync locking because we're dealing with multi-threaded stuff. Not this key. Right now we're actually dealing with some very low-level stuff right now. It's gonna be fine. I know it. So if... Okay, so if don't have a value in there, we're gonna return. But if we do, var client equals player ID, then so this will send a direct message to the player that will be seen by the piece engine as a broadcast. So it'll think that everyone got this broadcast, but in reality it was just them. This is useful because we can treat it as if it's a spontaneous message and not a reply to something that we asked for, which is what we want. So I'm gonna copy the post, or copy the code here, and I'm gonna write the fonts type. It's gonna so we're gonna write the message. We're gonna write body.length, write the body itself, and then we're gonna fly. If body is equal to null, body byte. Okay. Oh wow, we got to 50 subscribers already? That's like the biggest increase I've had on this channel one day. Wow. Anyway, now we can broadcast to a player that, hey, something's disconnected to you. You might want to check it out. Now what we're about to do, we're going to create a debug command. Now we're going to create a single player server command that can say, hey, this IP address, make it connect to me. What this will be in is it'll be, why am I zoomed in? It'll be in with the, not with the screen, not with the save, not with, we're gonna make it, actually we're gonna be in the A range. So SP simulate connection to player. And it'll be 0xa4. And the SP signifies that it's a single player command and it won't work multiplayer. Let's create the handler for it. What we're going to do is we're going to create a new file in actually, you know what, we can create it directly in PeaceNet and the multiplayer server won't find it. But the single player one will. So simulate connection handler. This is going to be an iMessage. Right? PeaceNet backend public class implement interface, and for the message type, we want it to be SP connection to player. We're going to need a few things. First of all, if backend dot is multiplayer server, just as a sanity check, we're going to return an error right then and there because we don't need that. Then going to get the IP address of the connection, or we're going to get the IP address of the entity that we want to be connected from. That'll be data reader.read unsigned integer, not a 16-bit one, a 32-bit one. Then we're going to need a dependency on IP backend. We're going to need a dependency on systemd backend. And what we will do, if ip.grab entity, the address, null, well, just return an error, no IP address. Then we need to get our IP. We need to get our IP address. So we need to get string entity equals entity backend dot get player entity ID session, and then uint player IP equals and it'll be, what do we want to call it? Or what do we want to make? We want it to be IP dot fetch IP. No, can't remember what I wanted to call it. Oh, it's fetch all IPs. Yes, fetch all IPs. Entity ID. Not going to be a uint. If player IP null, return error. Player IP. Wait, no. Not if it's equal to null. We ran into this bug yesterday. Alright, I'm back online. Good. Okay. We're gonna make a connection from the IP address to player IP 0.ip.address. And if that goes well, and we get this far, OBS, please stop going offline. Please. Pretend to connect us. Now all we need is a terminal command that can give us an IP address. You are not an unexpected character. That is the most depressing thing I've ever heard. Anyway. Alright, so let's switch us over to the entity mounted here again. Because remember in the last stream when I said there's going to be no way for us to know when the player joins and thus allocate them an IP address? Well, that is now incorrect. Because thanks to system entity manager and some new stuff that I added, I can now, in IP backend, allocate a random IP address to the player when they join. They don't have one already, that is. So, what we want to do is we want to do backend player joined ID. Alright, so we need to get our entity of the player. So if var entity equals the backend dot get player entity ID, then we want to get IP hell IPs entity. If IPs dot length is equal to 0, then we will allocate an IP address for player. We'll need a random number generator. Actually, yep, random. And what this will do is we will generate int IP equals 0, while IP equals uint random.next 0 int.max value I wonder if it would be better to use a cryptographic random number generator. That can generate a list of bytes for us. System.security.photography. We're going to create one. Byte IP segment equals new byte 4, while Went IP. While does it? That's how. While I will, of course, need to be right back because I just called to do chores. So I'm going to stop the stream for now. I will be back once I am done. Alright, I should be back now. Okay, I just read the chat. The difference between a regular random number generator in C# and a cryptographic one, like, the difference between the two is the cryptographic one is not a pseudo random number generator, and the pseudo random number generator makes it feel more random to the user, but it's actually less random. There's more like, there's code to make sure that it feels random to the user. Whereas a cryptographic number generator, it is actually random. You don't know what's going to come out of that. And in this case, I'm literally just using it because it can generate a byte array and not a regular integer. And that's useful for me. But anyway, while combined to uint. So I want to get while addresses dot find one x equals while the address I'm hoping alright, so this will basically halt until we get an actual unique address. And I've got a syntax error somewhere. Can't remember if it's combined to uint or uint32? No. You're being funny. But what argument 1 cannot convert from uint to byte? Oh, cannot convert. Oh, wonderful. Oh, I know what to do. Random dot get bytes IP segment. Random dot get bytes IP. Alright. So uint IP equals combine the uint IP segment, allocate IPv4 entity IP. There, we should now get an IP address for the player as soon as they join if they don't have one already. We'll be able to test that very soon. So, we're gonna test the game now. We're going to be able to find out if my code just worked just then. Because when we run our connections command from yesterday, instead of saying we're not connected to the PeaceNet, it should actually print out our connections. Hope it does. Error. You are not connected to the PeaceNet, so I am, in fact, not getting an IP address. That's wonderful. Absolutely wonderful, PeaceNet. Let me debug this. I'm looking on my other monitor in the console. Windows, stop auto-scrolling the terminal. Allocating IP 83.199.161.248 for me. So it has generated an IP, but our connections command isn't working. Figure it out. First of all, the game just crashed horribly. So that's fun. When in reality, it was not crash, but a race condition bug. I'm gonna have to fix that again. Getting really annoyed with that. But let's find our command. Connections command. And I'm starting to think I'm like a real trooper when it comes to my eye problems, because if you can hear the tone of my voice, I kind of sound a bit like stressed, but I'm not actually stressed. I just have a massive eye strain headache, and I'm still doing this stream. And yeah, so that's cool. But yeah, I have figured it out because I have not upgraded this command to work with the entity manager yet. So some entity backend entity backend equals null. It would be really cool if I could like magnify one display and not have it show the other. It's a massive headache, but it's not the worst one I've ever had before. Like, I've had very bad ones. And I mean bad to the point where, like, you can't even just sit there and lay down because your head is throbbing and you can't think. I had one of those a few days ago. I think it was actually before, or the day before I put out the first coding time-lapse for PeaceNet's first mission. I had a nasty one that day. Alright, so let's try our connections. Alright. Connections for 83.199.161.248. So we have an IP address. It's working. Now, and we get a way to simulate a connection to us. Not entirely sure. What I'm going to do next. We have an IP address, so things can connect to it. There's no AI in the game. There's not going to be a way for NPCs to connect to us sporadically, thank God. For the second mission, we do need a way. Actually, right. Simulate connection to player. I'm silly. Let's just... Okay, why do I keep doing that? What we're going to do... We're gonna find the OS. Actually, no. We're gonna go find... I can't think straight right now. We're gonna find the OS. We're gonna make it depend on the server. On the server backend, I mean. Alright. PeaceNet.server. Make it a dependency. What we're going to do is we're going to make it so that when this guy spawns, when this guy despawns, I know, we'll do spawning first. Raw. On key event. Update. Not what we want. Load. This is the spawn method. We're going to do server dot broadcast received. We're gonna just make it a method. What has popped up? Visual Studio U just messed up like crazy there. Anyway. If okay, so we're going to get a broadcast type and a binary reader. So if arg1 is equal to system connected, then desktop show notification new connection. Someone has connected to your PCNet node. Run the connections terminal command for info. That'll pop up a nice little annoying desktop notification that someone's connected to you. Now we're going to need to make sure that that event is detached from the server backend when this entity despawns. We can do that by simply copying the code and replacing this plus with a minus. Then, what are we gonna do now? Need a terminal command to simulate it. We're gonna create a terminal command then. And terminal command, we're gonna do public class simulate connection. An iTerminal command. Go in hide in help. We don't want it displaying in the command help. Debug command. We don't need a description. We do need a name. We do need a command line argument. Yield return, not return. Alright. And we're going to need a server. And we're going to need we're going to need to steal some code from our IP backend. We're going to steal two functions from it. First of all, we're going to steal combine to uint. Okay. Actually, hang on here. Result. Okay. I think how to fix. Okay, so split to bytes. Okay. We're gonna steal that combine to uint function. Then we're gonna steal get IP from string. We're not gonna have access to that on the client side if we don't steal it. Okay. So now we can take in an IP address. And yeah, so string IP equals args. Whoa. Arguments IP.toString. Then what we're going to do is we're going to do at exception ex console dot, no, not the herps console, the game console. Console.writeLine, and then the message. So var bytes equals get IP. Actually, no. Int get IP from string IP. I have no idea what has happened in the other room there, but I'm quite scared. We're gonna create a new memory stream. Yeah, if the microphone didn't pick up what has happened in the other room, something fell and I heard a laughing. That's not something you hear every day. Alright. So we're gonna write the IP address as a message to the server. Flush. We're going to do server.send message. We're going to do sp simulate. We're going to do memstr.toarray. Res reader. We're going to wait if res is okay. Now let's go back to that JSON file we created a little while back. We need its IP address. So it is 142.68.67.3. Let's remember that. 142.68.67.3. And 42.687.3. Okay, let's simulate a connection. Simulate connection 142.68.67.3. Seems to have gone through on the server. Server has received the message, but we are not picking it up properly. We're not getting the broadcast, I should say. That is a very simple fix. So in our backend, we need to find the TCP listener thread. Okay. We need to make sure okay. If string.is null or white space session session. I know that's not work. That's not gonna work. That's not gonna work. All right. If string.is null or white space session equals keys session. If not player IDs that contains key session player IDs dot add key session client. Oh, whoa. What? Oh, it's connection. Welcome back, Trey. Oh god, what did I screw up now? First of all, I failed at C# very horribly here. Contains key, not contains. Right, let's try connecting that IP again. Alright, let's try simulating a connection. So, simulate connection 142.68. Oh, I'm typing it in wrong. 142.68.67.3. Connection. That's working. We got our desktop notification. Now what happens if we enter connections? From 142.68.67.3 to you. So it is working. We now have connections working in the game. So what we could do is we could do lots of things. For one, we could work on the second mission, making it actually connect us, or have us connected to that system. Or we could, and this is stuff I'm not doing in the stream, we could add a website system where you can go to players' websites and you can find out their IPs and stuff like that. Or there can be a chat system that has IP addresses for the chat server, and you can hack. Look, there's loads of stuff we can do now that we have a connection system in the game, which is what we wrote. We have written a connection system for IP addresses in the PeaceNet. And on the server side, we can have connections between IP addresses. That is cool. And that opens up a lot of possibilities for finding IP addresses of systems that you can hack. Now the problem is, once you have the IP address, not really much you can do. Well, unfortunately, we've only got an hour left. So, I'm not going to be able to implement anything too elaborate. Detail FS generation, that will have to wait, unfortunately. But we can at least add objectives to the second mission, and we can add an actually obnoxious and scary system connected. Let's actually check if the mission system is still working with the new updates. I can't hear the game. I don't think it's playing the music. Either that or I have it muted. I'm not sure, but I'm just gonna check quickly. Alright. I could imagine that A-shifter. My integrated GPU, I do have a 1050 Ti, but my AMD A10 has an integrated Radeon R7. It's just barely running the game, and it's tolerable, but it's not great. Like, you're seeing it run right now, and there are frame drops every now and then. I'm not sure why it's not playing the music. Like, I'm legitimately not sure. I think it's actually corrupted. I think the file... I think the song might be corrupted from my latest git commit. And Monogame's just going... What? I'm gonna check on that quickly on my other monitor and make sure that the game's content isn't corrupted, because alright, I need to check the game's content directory. Oh yeah, this might be a video. This might be an opportunity for a video sometime. I was talking with Matt Trobiani, the developer of Hacknet, and I explained that the text in the game is kind of hard for me to read with my eyes. Like, I could read it just fine, but my eyes were straining really bad. And he basically taught me how to replace the fonts in the game with the PeaceNet's fonts. So I tried it out with Monogame's tools, not thinking it would work, but it actually did. So I might make a tutorial on how to replace the fonts with some fonts that are hopefully better readable.
Hey Mike, have a slice of pizza.
Nice how being on a live stream. This... Nope, I don't do stickers, people. But anyway, as I was saying, I might actually make a video on how to replace fonts in Hacknet with more readable ones. But yeah, this is... Can I just say, this is the one reason you don't ever walk into my development environment while my door is closed, because you may be on a live stream in front of 50 people. Alright, so... I need to see if this mission is... or this song is actually corrupted or not. I need to see if it opens in Audacity. Wait, what? It's not even playing through Audacity, but the audio data is fine. Is my Bluetooth headset working? Can't even hear it in Windows with my TV. I guess that my TV's turned down. That works. Oh, wonderful. My headset has unpaired with my computer, so that's wonderful. I'm gonna just fix that quickly and not go offline, because technical difficulties during a live stream is totally awesome. No devices. 6015 BT connect. Oh, come on, Windows. Connect. Right. I'm just gonna spam the connect button until it does something. Wait. Remove device. Oh yes, Windows. Wait, what? Are you drunk, Windows? You guys aren't seeing this because it's being Windows, but okay. Allow connection.
Okay, why is your computer so loud and give me back that pizza?
I'm live streaming.
Oh.
You're live. Again, this is why you do not walk into my development environment when the door is closed, because you may be live streamed in front of 50 people. Alright, allow connection. There we go. Now it's downloading all the damn drivers. So it's just Windows being Windows. Okay. Good to know. Device is ready. You guys won't hear it now because OBS will backed out. Okay, I have deafened myself with Ender's Henson. Wonderful. Okay, so my system is working again. Well, that was a hiccup. Anyway. That pizza wasn't real. It was a sticker. And I forgot what I was doing, but okay, the mission system is working and the file is not corrupted, so I can get back to coding. Okay. We're gonna experiment with the pizza. First of all, let's exit the game because my computer is crying like a whale. Let's go into mission. During this system. Alright, so we're going to private double ride equals time to secure your system. As you read this, your system is currently at risk of being hacked within the PeaceNet. So ride. So what we're going to do is we're going to do elapsed total seconds if ride is more than equal to 5. Ride equals 0. Return objective.completed. Or we'll return active until we get to that 5. kind of expected OBS to drop out just then. But so we're going to create a series of objectives that literally has talk to the user. Hostname may not be important for security. It'll be better. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to create an objective that gets you to set a hostname. Okay. That should work. So every 5 seconds it'll check your hostname and make sure it's different from what it was before. But we need the OS engine component for this to work then. Okay. So we're gonna end up having a mission objective that actually works. And I don't think you guys are gonna hear the music. I'm sorry to say that. I love Anders Hansen and all. I'm going to end up hearing it, but because my Bluetooth headset decided to poop on me earlier and I had to repair it, OBS is misconfigured right now. It's not going to pick up desktop audio. Sorry about that. Have to make do with what we have. Missions. Start mission. Still not playing. Whatever. Okay. It's asking us to set a hostname now. I'm not going to do that. Because if I do that, the mission will complete. And we don't want that. So we're going to shut down. Now, I realize that 5 seconds is a bit too short for time for reading. So I'm gonna make it 10 seconds. And now, okay. So, system has just connected you. That's not good. Another person within the PeaceNet has just connected you. Need to either change your IP address or hack back, get them off system. Find their IP address. Wait. Since you cannot currently change IP address, you'll need to counter hack. Find this person's IP by typing the connection command. Your terminal. Alright, it's going to be hell to get that working. But not really? I have an idea. If ride is equal to 0, then you know what would be cool later on is having a timer in the game or in the objective system that will basically allow you to. I know how I could implement that very quickly. Getting a timer, like a countdown timer that basically says you have this long for the mission fail. Actually, hurry before this person does damage. Okay. Now we're going to get into some failures. Active failures. Oh. Okay, we're going to need to create an entity. We're going to need to depend on Plexgate. Not enumerable, entity. I'm not creating an enumerable object. Okay, so this entity is going to depend on Plexgate. It's going to depend on the theme. You'll see why in a bit. And we're also going to have a decimal variable called timeout. That's going to be equal to 60. And we're also going to have a function. Timed out, or an event timed out. Well, you know, it may depend on flex tape if you're, like, really metaphorical with peace engine. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to do timeout is going to be every frame going to decrease by the not total days. This has no total seconds. Then if timeout is less than or equal to 0, we're going to despawn us from the foreground layer. We're going to invoke the timed out event. That'll be our countdown. Now, the theme. The reason we're going to implement, or we're going to depend on that, is because we are going to have it render the countdown so that we know how much time we have left in the objective. So, we're going to get a few strings here. We're going to get string header equal hurry up, string countdown equals timeout, toString. I do believe that's how you truncate a decimal to a string, that it only has 2 decimal points. I'm not sure. That might be it. But, alright, so now we need to get the fonts. Our head font equals theme.get font system. We're going to do var countdown font equals theme.get font 1. Now we're going to get the colors for both. Alright. Then we're going to need to measure these string values using our font. We can do that with head measure equals text renderer, measure text. Actually, you know what? We're not going to go through Peace Engine's text measure. We're just going to do it directly. Head font, measure text, or measure string header. We're going to do countdown measure is equal to countdown font measure string countdown. And then we're going to render the countdown using, okay, first of all, we're going to begin draw and draw. Right, so we're going to draw the countdown as a string. So draw string, and we are going to do afx.width minus int countdown measure y or x minus 45, and that'll be our x coordinates. And it is not looking for x coordinates yet, it is looking for the text. I'm silly. Alright, that works. Copy this and we're going to make it for the height as well. Height. Right, now it's going to ask for the color that we want. Well, we want countdown color. Ask for the font. Well, we want countdown font. And alignment will be, you know, this is counterintuitive, but it'll be left. That'll do. Countdown. Now for the header, we can do afx.width minus head measure.x 5. And we're going to make this guy okay, so we're gonna take the y coordinate for the countdown, and we're going to subtract the height of the header text from it. Right? Pass that into there as well. And then we're going to subtract 5 from that so we get some padding between the two. That'll render the countdown on screen. Then what we can do is up all the way up here, we can create the objective countdown variable. Okay, and then in our third objective, running out of time here, I know it. But in our third objective, we're going to do countdown equals select state new active countdown entity. That'll create the entity for us. Right. Then we're going to do pledge state get layer type foreground add entity countdown. Okay. Then we're going to do ride is equal to, or will be incremented by 1. Okay. And we're going to do countdown dot timeout or timed out. Want to add an event to it. I have no idea why I put my lambda operator there. We're going to do ride equals 2. This is effectively setting up a state machine. And if ride is equal to 2, then we'll return failure, else return active. So for now, that'll get our objective stay active until we run out of time, and when we do run out of time, inevitably, because we don't have any code that will allow us to actually complete the mission, or complete the objective, when we do run out of time, the mission will fail. We have 20 minutes till the end of the stream. Let's see if we can get something rudimentary working. So let's play the mission. Missions. Start mission. It's going to tell us it's time to secure the system. That's going to tell us to change our host name. We can do that by doing cd/etc echo not localhost into hostname. And it just completed the objective for us. And now, as you can see, kind of broken, but at the bottom it says hurry up. And then we've got 45 seconds remaining. Now, of course, what I could do is I could make that indicator much bigger. But I would need to add another sprite font to the game, and maybe I'll do it soon. For now, that counter will work. As you can see, it's counting down, sort of like in Hacknet, when you have a trace. Starting to count down at almost 10 seconds left. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Should have failed the objective, but it did not. I don't even know if it's still in the mission right now. Escape mission. Oh, it's not in the mission. Oh, it is in the mission. The game is in a whacked up state right now. Should have failed the objective. Wonderful, we have a major bug in the game's mission system. I'm not sure where to go from here. So, this is about the time where in a coding time-lapse, I would basically say I have a major issue that I'm going to have to debug, and I'll have to do that off camera, so see you guys in the next video. That's what I would say if this was a coding time-lapse. This is not a coding time-lapse. So what I will do is yeah, a live coding time-lapse. That's impossible. I mean, if you sped this up by like 2 times and then used YouTube's DVR feature, then maybe? Maybe? But then it wouldn't be live if it were pre-recorded. This isn't the WAN show. Oh god, that's a horrible meme. I have no idea how long it's gonna take for people to hear that meme. But by the time they hear me say what I just said, they will have already heard it, so I've created a paradox where I am in the past, you guys are in the future. Or vice versa. I don't know. But let's see if we can debug this mission. Not really good. We can fail an objective and have the mission continue running. That's not good now, is it? Wait. There are messages down there. Okay, I have no idea what those messages are, but there's like 30 of them. And they just scared the hell out of me. Anyway, I'm not sure why this isn't being called. Let's just add a breakpoint here. I did not say the LAN show, I said the WAN show. WAN. As in that that weekly that weekly Twitch screen that weekly Twitch stream that Linus Tech Tips does, where they go over all the latest tech news and stuff. Alright, I can see some stuff in the console as I start the mission. Neat. Oh, I wasn't paying attention to that chat. I heard what is LAN, and then that's what I thought. Come to think of it, PeaceNet isn't actually that realistic to how Unix works. You would never be able to edit your hostname as a regular user. Ever. Whoa, console stuff, things. I just saw a load of console spam when that objective started. Wow. But let's wait for the countdown to go. Hey, I'm not too sure what the hell's going on with the game right now. It's being very fiddly. What is going on with the text? What? Uh, it's flickering. This isn't Windows Forms. It should not be flickering like that. Whoa, console, what the hell did you just do? Hey, my computer's just being completely mental right now. I don't want to do No, I don't want to do fsget files. Or dir exists. Oh, you know what it's doing? It's... Right? PeaceNet, you're being very wonky right now. I would like it... We should do what? Oh... I don't want to do the LAN show or anything like that. That would be way too close to Shift2S Hangout, and that's not happening. But hey, my computer has got 10 times quieter as soon as I closed PeaceNet. Oh my god. Guys, I am stupid. This has been here the entire time. There's... I want to smack myself now. I just figured out the bug. I do not want to do anything related to Shift Hangout. I will stick to coding streams. But yeah, I'm gonna let this mission figure itself out because I have just figured out the bug. So, missions. Start mission. Okay, so we have our terminal ready. We're gonna wait for it to get to the next objective. We're gonna echo testing to hostname. And in a few seconds it should. Alright. Next objective, a system is connected to you even though it hasn't. A weekly chat I would be open to doing if people actually showed up and it wasn't awkward and I wasn't such horrible at talking to people. Like, believe me, I am way worse than Philip at that. Yes! 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 It failed the mission. It failed it successfully. I successfully failed an objective, and that is something I never thought I would say in my entire life as a programmer or a gamer. Yes! A shifter, that's not gonna work. I programmed it specifically so that wouldn't work. In fact, let me tell you that it wouldn't work. So we are gonna go etc. We are going to do help. Type it to Kause. We're gonna redirect that hostname. Then we're gonna exit our terminal. And we're gonna open our pscape menu. And as you can see, our hostname has a bunch of underscores. I have programmed it so it only reads one line of that file. And in fact, in our terminal, it has a bunch of underscores and a space. Wow, that looks slightly funny. Part of me wants to put that on the itch.io screenshot page. In fact, F3. Screenshot taken. Anyway, since this stream is kinda getting a bit long and YouTube's about to yell at me because my live event is over, I am going to end it off here because we have programmed in a lot of useful stuff. Actually, A Shifter, I'm not spoiling anything, but I have plans for the theming system and the loot system. So get ready for that. Actually, there are various Unicode characters that will crash Peace Engine. And I don't mean just the PeaceNet, I mean the entire Peace Engine. Literally anything that isn't ASCII if you try to print that in the game's text renderer, you will crash the game. Like if you try to print Japanese or something like that, or emoji, or like some weird ANSI escape sequence outside of the terminal, you will crash the game. Anyway, we've done quite a lot for this stream, and I only have 3 minutes left. I'd love to continue, but my head is killing me, and we're running out of time anyway. So, I'm going to continue working on this off camera, and maybe I'll make a video about it at the end of it. But, in the meantime, this was actually quite fun, even though there wasn't any surprises. And with that said, I thank you guys all for watching. Thank you, Richard and Shifter, for taking care of those spammers. It seems the chat has died down a lot. That's a good thing. I'm not saying that chat's dead. I meant that the spam has died down. But thank you guys for handling the spam. Anyway, I will see you guys in the next stream. Let me know if you guys want me to do some of these next weekend, or maybe I'll do them monthly. I'm not sure. But I do like doing them because they're easy to set up. But anyway, for now, I will see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching.